That should make that better. And let me double check this. Luckily enough, the settings were already set for the speakers, but the mic didn't kick in. So I apologize for that. Once again, hi, this is Ray, and welcome to Dinner and a Game. You should be getting sound now, and it looks like it's going very well. So I apologize for that little mess up. But what I was saying is, what we're doing tonight is I'm going over some items that we've been doing since the relaunch, which is basically we've set up a TikTok. And on the TikTok, I've been streaming out a project that I'm doing in the meantime, which is basically a. One moment. But is basically a new miniature project for tabletop gaming. And that is a thing called the Tower of Terror. Now, this is a piece that is something is done on the 3D printer side of things. It basically gives you the ability to print out terrain pieces yourself. Now, the company that makes this is called Fat Dragon Games. Fat Dragon Games is produces lots of content. You can actually find them on. Let me double check. But excuse me, and I can't type all of a sudden. Fat Dragon Games. You can find them on. They make 3D printed terrain. You can find them at their website at fatdragongames.com, and they do all kinds of STL models. Now they have a licensing for this, so you can actually sell it if you want to. But for the most part, I use it for tabletop gaming. I have printed out a lot of their items to create 3D dungeons for my players. It's one of the things I like to do the most with the 3D aspect of things is actually just printing out terrain pieces. Now the one I'm doing tonight is called the Tower of Terror, and this is a printable, multi-leveled, multi-pieced terrain piece that is basically adjustable to where you can set it up any way you want it. And you can actually find these products to purchase either on Fat Dragon's website or through Drive-Thru RPG. Now, the ones that I've done so far are the floors, a set of floor tiles, and a set of wall tiles to make one level. So, the first thing we're going to look at is the individual floor tiles and how they go together. Now, each one of the floor tiles is about this big. Wow, that's loud. Thank you very much for liking the stream. Thank you very much for liking the stream. That is incredibly loud. I am so sorry. I got to move something down a little bit so I can see people who come on. Thank you very much. And so each one of these tiles, as you can see on the drop down cam, is a pie shape. Each one of the pie shapes has slots in it. There's one empty here, and there's one here that has this tab in it. Now, the tabs are individually printed out, and these pie shapes print out as one piece. You take the tabs, and they come in and out. Thank you, Mr. Ball. Thank you very much for liking the stream. Um, I have to turn that down. Holy cow, those alerts are loud. I apologize. I don't know if you guys can hear the alerts, but I can hear the alerts, and those are freaking loud. Where is the alert box? Let's turn the music on. Let's get some music in here. Oh crap! Looks like the alert box is a default. Ooh, that's gonna be loud no matter what I do. All right, so these clips are printed out individually, as you can see right here, and they're this little. They look like dragon mouths. It's a nice little marketing gimmick. So each one of the clips gets inserted into one of the tile pieces. Let me make sure I don't put this in the wrong one, because I had to put these back together eventually. And what you do with them is as follows. Here it is. So each one of the clips is taken and you put it into the slots and you push it into, you hear a click. I don't know if you heard that. I was hoping it was close enough to my mic. So then as you put them together, each one of the tile pieces lock in place until you hear a click. Now, I printed these clips. You've got two different ways you can print them. There are clips that are made to be very hard to get apart, and there's clips that are made to be more looser in fit. I made sure to do these looser in fit because when I did them tight, they were not freaking kidding. These things were almost impossible to take apart. I broke pieces trying to get these apart. So see how easily that comes together? And it's not as easy to get apart, which is good because you don't want it falling apart. So this is the bottom tile for the entire tower. Now this tile is about 8 inches across, but there is also segments that are going to be the individual wall pieces. Now, as everyone knows, no wizard worth his salt would put any type of openings except for maybe a door on the first floor. So I did all the walls for the first floor solid with no windows, no openings. Now they just go onto the outside and they clip in place. And of course, you got to understand this has not been primed, this has not been painted in any way, shape, or form. This is just me straight off the printer. Now, and as you can see from how easy things go together, I have put this together already once before. So this is the basic setup for your first floor of your tower. Okay. Now there's two other things you print out when you print out this, and that is a staircase to go up, which just sits in the room. That way, if you have action scenes that are requiring it, you can remove this piece out, put it back in as you need it. And then you also have the front door. Now the front door is a neat piece, and I really like it. It's very intricate. So this is the door, front facing door, as you can see. Hey Robert Sims, thank you very much for liking this stream. Now I'm going to have to change that sound. Now this is basically the front door, and as you can see, the door opens and closes on a hinge system that's built into the wall. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's built in the wall here. I'm going to show you how that hinge goes together because it's a very neat design. I have another one printed out here without a door in it. Now this is the outside, so there's nothing to see from the outside. It's all on the inside of the building. On the inside, you can see that there's a notch at the top of the arch and a notch on the side of the door here. That is to house the mechanism for the door. Now, at the top of the arch, there is a piece that prints out, put it in my hand here, which is just the arch molding. And it goes up in here. Now, the only purpose for this arch molding, see it slips right in there? There's only one purpose for it. It's this tiny little hole right in the end on this side. That is the top portion of the hinge for the door. Now, let me find my door and my hinge. Sorry, I should have taken these two pieces out sooner. But I was making dinner, so you'll have to forgive me. Oh, there's the door. Okay, so the way the door goes into place is as you're putting the door together, there is a bottom hole. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a bottom hole down here in this little piece. So you slip the door hinge in there, and then before you put this in, you slip the door hinge into the hole in the arch of the door, and then you put everything into place like so, and then there is your hinge. Now, as you notice, there's something missing. Where the heck's the door? That's where the ingenuity comes in with this design. So you can take it all apart. There's my door. So what you do is you have a door that you print out. Okay? Let me get it up closer to the cam. And that door has an individual notch printed into the side of the door itself. Now, you just take that flat hinge that you have, oopsie, and you slip it into the notch like so, and all of a sudden you have a hinged door. Now, you glue this all together. Once the glue is set, then you take the door and you reassemble it and you glue that in. And there's another little keystone piece that goes in between the two hinges that makes it basically look almost seamless. Now, that is an incredible ingenuitive piece of design that allows this to print out on a 3D printer and have all these intricate parts while still allowing for enough detail to be definitely passing in any game you play. Okay, so we're going to take this door and we're going to put it on the front on the tower base. It just goes into just another little lock and locks in place. That is the complete first level of what will be a 5-story wizard's tower. Okay, and as I said, staircase just sits in, and if you notice, if you look at the pie piece right here, the staircase is the exact same width as a pie piece. So it fits from end to end on one pie piece, and there's a reason for that. I'm still printing it, and hopefully I'll be able to show you in just a second. I'm still printing it out, but there is a floor piece for in each individual level. Now, as you can see, the tile pieces don't seem to have any way of holding them together with the next floor. Well, that's where these teeny tiny little pegs that you print out as well come into play. Now, these little sorry about that. These little pegs, I didn't turn my phone off before I started this. I'm a bad person. Go into little holes that are pre-printed into the top edges of the door frame. And then when you go to, they're super small. You can't even see them. When you go put the doors to the floors together, these pegs will relate to holes on the bottom of each one of the tile. Let me tilt it a little bit. So you can see on the edge here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here, there's a hole here. And a little bit of a flaw in the design, there isn't one in the door tile. I mean, that's probably just an accident, an oversight. It probably wouldn't be too hard to take a decent sized pin drill and drill a hole for a peg, but the problem is there's no hole in the top here. So you actually have to drill one in here as well. And you have to make sure that it corresponds to the hole on the underside of the next floor. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to take you and show you the the laundry room that also serves as my printer room. We're going to walk in there, and what I'm going to show you is there is a level printing out right now that is the floors, the wooden floors, which have the nifty little cutout for the staircase for the next floor up. So we're going to transition over, and hopefully this will work. Hello, hi, how you doing? So this is actually my cell phone, and I found a nice, neat little app that lets me go ahead and take you guys with me and walk around the house or whatever. So that's a mess. Don't look at that. That's my desk. That is also a mess. This is my office. Don't look at that. This is a huge mess. That's my laundry room. Don't look at that. So let me grab this. Oh shoot, where did I leave it? Figures. One minute. You're gonna have to look at the floor for a second. There it is. Look at the floor. Isn't it marvelous? It's a great floor. Look at my slippers. They're cool. Don't look at that. That's a mess. All right, so this is, what the heck? There it goes. All right, so this is the next level printing out. This is my 3D printer. And as you can tell, on the piece it's actually working on right now, it's not the same shape as all the other pie pieces. It has this little notch cut out of it. You just not You're totally not going to cooperate right now. There, that notch right there cut out of it. That notch is basically the spot that the staircase comes up and goes down from. Now, I'm going to print out multiple copies of this level. Where'd it go? I'm printing out multiple copies of this level and to use as the individual floors between the levels. So they've kind of thought of just about everything for this setup. It really works out very, very well. So what we're going to do is, let me get back to this. Thank you. So what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks is I'm going to be printing these out and assembling them, priming them, and painting them. And we're going to be walking through the entire process as we do it. When we get to the end of this, of course, I'm going to build out a scenario, set up a scenario based around our Wizard's Tower, and we're going to run a game. And we're going to run a game either online or if the stores can cooperate at that time, we're going to run a game in person. Now, I will tell you, 3D printers are not fast. 3D printers are very, very slow and laborious. But if you get one like I have, I should have shown you the printer. I'm sorry. Let's go look at the printer real quick because I forgot one thing. Because I have a recommendation to make on printers as well. Hi again. Let's go back. I'm going to keep your eyes on me because you don't want to see the mess that is my house, because I'm messy. All right. Oop, forgot something again. Because I'm absent-minded, and if I have something in my hand, I walk around with it until I lose it, because that's what I do. All right, so let's go ahead and flip this around. All right, so this is my main 3D printer. This is an Ender 5 Pro Plus, and it has a touchscreen, and it's really nice. This is it's not as 3D printers go, it's not a super expensive printer. Oh, there's that notch. It's an even better showing of it. So there's that notch that I was talking about cut out into the staircase. You can see all these are perfect pie shapes, and this pie shape has a notch cut out of it. And you can see, this is what I meant when I said on some of the messages I've been putting out, that you print everything for one level on this particular style of printer. All the clips are printed out, all the little pegs that you need. Where are some pegs? Oh, oh crud! I may have forgotten to put. Oh no, I'm sorry. I print out the pegs with the wall sections. So all the clips you need are already printed out. Basically, it's 2 per side of the pie piece. So with 4 pie pieces, you normally need 8, but this one is missing 1 clip because this one for the floor with the notch cut out only has 1 clip spot for it. So all that means is that you basically have 1 less clip to print on this particular floor section. Now, the Ender 5 Pro Plus is an excellent printer. It is a larger format printer, so you can do larger print volumes like this. I'm going to walk you over here. This is my currently down for repairs Ender 3. Now, the bed size for the Ender 3 is about half of what the Ender 5 is, which is why I upgraded the Ender 5, because I knew I had these big prints to do. And so I wanted to get something that could do the large format. The Ender 3, just as freaking reliable. Not as nice controls. It is, oh, and the hairspray is actually for the bed because it makes it more sticky. It actually is not nearly as good a control setup. I don't like the knob and dial. I'd much rather have a push touchscreen. But this printer runs you about $200 in the configuration I have it right now. Maybe $230 with tax and stuff. This printer is probably closer to, I don't remember how much it was, like $450. But this is a very stable setup with the 4 arms and everything like that. These rods are very stable. The only thing that I've heard has a problem with this particular printer is the fact that this particular printer can have developed problems with the power supply, but they've already designed a backup. Another manufacturer makes a power supply that can replace it. It's not expensive at all, so I'm not worried about the power supply going out except for the downtime. So, but anyway, that's enough of that. All right, so that is basically the gist of what I wanted to show you guys tonight, because a lot of people were asking me what the process was for making this and what I was using to make it with. So that is what I am using, which is the Ender 5 Plus. And the process is pretty straightforward, because you basically are looking at a process where you are printing out the pieces. Oh, and by the way, all these pieces, this is one thing I will say for the Ender Plus, and both the Enders actually. Printers are notorious for being difficult to get tuned in, okay? Now, the reason I'm getting this so close to the camera is I want to show you something. See those super smooth edges? There's no artifacts. There's no nothing. These prints literally came off the print bed in this condition. The Ender Plus is incredibly intuitive to tune in and to make work well. Okay, it will do very detailed prints. I mean, you can see on the dungeon tiles, you can see all the stonework on the floor there. It's trying to focus, but it can't. You can see all the stonework on the floor. You can see the stonework in the walls. Try this one. You can see the stonework in the walls. You can see the stonework on the floor. It is incredibly detailed. So, and in the doors, let me grab the door. In the door, oops, it hates the door. You can see the handle. You can see the studs, oops, in the iron band. You can see the studs in the iron band. You can see the actual candle on the door. You can see the brass knob that holds the handle in place. So these are this is incredibly detailed printing from a printer that is if you're looking to get into this hobby, a printer that is very affordable to get into, that allows you the large volume printing. Now, one of the other things I'm going to do printing up soon, and this is going to be an extensive print, is there are some STL files that I've picked up for airships, like in Eberron, the airships and everything like that. So if you guys want to see those printed out, give me a like, give me a follow, comment on this show, and let us know that you want to see more of this type of content, because I am going to be printing it out either way. So if you guys want to see assembly videos, painting videos, and stuff like that, just let me know. And this is all stuff that you guys can do at home if you make the investment in a 3D printer. These files are designed to print out on the Ender 3, which does the same quality prints as the Ender Plus, but at a much lower cost point, and it's just a smaller print base, so it's going to take you longer to print out all the pieces. Like, you can't print out the entire level at once, but you can print out about half the level at one time. And I should make an amends. I cannot print the entire level. I can print all the walls in one print batch, and then all the floor tiles in another print batch. So it's technically 2 print batches per level. The floors take about 12 hours to print. The walls take about a day and a half to print. So that's a long time to wait. But for this quality and a spool of PLA, the PLA material that prints this out is about $30-ish from Amazon. And that's because I get a higher grade PLA because I've had a lot of problems. Hatchbox is an amazing PLA manufacturer, and the PLA is really stands up to the constant printing and everything like that. It is really, really good. But reason I was bringing that up is, for that one spool that I bought, I am probably going to get half this tower printed. So in essence, I will get what is probably going to be in the upwards of a several $100 figure mini for roughly $60 plus electricity, which is going anyway. So hey. But anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. And like I said, other than that, I wanted to once again say that we have joined in a partnership with Marcy and her gaming crew to create a new show called The Lab: Experiments in Gaming. Now, this show is going to be launching on February 12th, which is a Friday. We haven't locked in the start time yet because everyone's making sure their schedules are clear and making sure that they can commit to the exact start time. So we'll be announcing that later. But Marcy and her crew are going to be doing a lot of experimenting with a lot of heavy story-based RPGs. And if you follow us on TikTok, we follow Marcy as well. Marcy is an amazing storyteller. Her crew is an amazing bunch of gamers, and they put together some really great stories. So what we would like, if you guys want to have some great time with storytelling, then you just need to make sure that you guys come up and check us out on the 12th. Dinner in the Game is not going to stop storytelling production. We are going to be doing more storytelling sessions, but we are moving away from 5e. We may do one-offs on 5e and stuff like that, but we're looking to get deeper into storytelling, and we're wanting to get more into the indie aspects of the tabletop RPG world. One of the first games we're going to be launching is our new game, which is called it's not our game, sorry. Our new campaign is going to be playing a game called Masks: A New Generation. And that game is a superhero game, but instead of playing regular supers, you play as a group of teen superheroes, either in a team or going to a school for supers or something like that, as a la Professor Xavier, or a team like Teen Titans or Young Justice. And you play as a team of superheroes, and they basically are having all the issues that teenagers do, along with being super powered. Now, this game is put out by Magpie Games, and they are an amazing little indie producer, and we've discovered that they have a lot of great content, so we may be going back to them time and time again. But the mechanics is called Powered by the Apocalypse, which you have seen previously on other iterations of Dinner in a Game, where we played lots of Monster of the Week. And let me tell you, Monster of the Week is an amazing game, and we want to get stories going out for that as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be setting that up to start, like I said, soon. I'm still working on getting a cast together. I've got a couple of players already. I'm trying to get some of the Jonathan is going to come back and he's going to be playing. I'm trying to ask some of the other cast members that they want, who said they were interested in actually pursuing something in the future, to see if they want to come back as well. It's going to be a great show. We are also doing one other thing. We're doing our best to try and become a little bit more diverse. We knew before that we were lacking in representation, but it was the usual thing. We were considering ourselves a gaming group and a group of friends before anything else, and we overlooked the fact that, there wasn't a lot of representation in our gaming circle. And so now we're doing our best to move on from that and try and do better. So we're going to go ahead and see who we can get to come onto the show. If you would like to come onto the show, you can reach us at contact@dinnerandagame.net, or you can go to Facebook and message us from there. And you guys can actually put in we just have a little questionnaire that goes over what you do, what you'd like to do, what your experience is with gaming, stuff like that. So just let us know and we will reach out to you about it. Other than that, though, thank you all. This was going to be this was a really short show, but it's just basically we wanted to get back there and let you guys take a look at what we're up to at this point, and get a good idea of where we're headed in the future. I wanted to tell you that thank you all for everything you guys have done. Um, those of you who have stuck by us, it has been an incredible show of support. We appreciate it so much. We can't even tell you what it means to us to have you guys hang out with us every week. Other than that, though, please, guys, go check out Marcy on TikTok. Go join our Facebook groups. We're going to be starting the contest up again soon, for giveaways on Facebook. And we're going to be growing our Twitch and making sure that it keeps up with the content as well. Everything is going to be relaunching very soon, and we thank you all for your patience. And I hope you guys have a really great night. And just remember, at Dinner and a Game, we will always save you a seat at the table.